No, everything? That's not true. You think I'm hiding something?
Yes! Your tea is spilled! We know it now, and we've proof!
What proof?
We followed you, and that girl Layla, behind a bush, huh? Why didn't you tell us you were dating?
Layla?
Darn, bud! You got a girlfriend!
Girlfriend? Oh, you're talking about that. Guys, I swear, we're not what you think.
Huh. Your dual life is gonna get to you, bud.
What? Why would you say that? I don't have a dual life. I mean, at least you trust me, right, Peter?
I'll answer that tomorrow, traitor.
Whatever.
He has the audacity to sound pissed. You know what? A night without your warm bed would teach you the value of our room and us. Get out!
I went off campus on one of my mindless strolls. It helped to get away from all the complications, but who was I kidding? What if they've really found out what I am and waiting for me to come out? I don't want to betray them, but can I really trust anyone? Am I good or evil? Lost in thoughts, I didn't realize my feet had taken me to an isolated spot where, away from everyone's eyes, Momo and his buddies had ganged up on Carlos like sharks at the whiff of blood.
How about selling the arm in the downtown market, Steve?
Not a bad idea, but I wonder if it'll get us a good price.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll graffiti my name below.
You see, Chiquito, that wasn't so hard, Este. This video will now go up on the network. Somebody's gonna be famous now.
Now that you don't repeat your masterpiece...
No! You promised not to hurt me. Steve, Lopez, Momo, stop them, please.
A scream pierced the night, and I bolted towards it. Carlos lay crumpled, clutching his bleeding hand. I kept my hoodie on and helped him towards the military gates, watching as they rushed him to the infirmary. Gosh, these people are never gonna change. Unless somebody compels them. The next morning, I woke up to the news that Carlos got injured during a training session.
Carlos Flores, report to the office immediately.
What? Why is he being called?
Don't you know? He made graffiti against Sergeant Griff. Someone recorded it and put it all over the network. Poor guy. He's gonna be kicked out now.
You aren't going to do anything to them.
But it's getting dangerous. Carlos may not say anything, but his cuts match that of a level 4 transformability user. I did some digging around to find out who it was.
It's too risky, Quinn. Don't put yourself in danger. We got lucky in the woods last time, but you can't take on level up guys. You need to stop.
I can't. Not when I know students are being attacked mercilessly. These bullies need to be taught a lesson.
Quinn, please. I beg you. There is no coming back from this path.
Okay, Layla. I understand. Don't worry. I won't do anything stupid. Layla was concerned about my safety, but I knew I needed to stand up. Moreover, I needed to replenish my blood bank. Time for action. These people need to know their places. Where did I put my mask? New day, a new beginning. I'll make a new mask. I can't fight level 4s in light. They'll overpower me if they're able to see me. I need to wait for the perfect time to attack.
Night vision activated. Level 4 students detected. Take down to add points.
Dare you keep a pudding away from me, and you won't be able to see another day!
Steve left for his room. I had my system help me mess with his room lights.
Ah! Who are you? You psycho murderer! Get out of here!
Wow, someone recognizes me. Makes things easier. I hate explanations.
Emergency lights. You think you can scare me with this stinky Halloween mask? Wait till my friends get back.
Sadly, I hate waiting too. Come on now, show me your neck.
You're one of them, aren't you? First year. Here for revenge? You weakling, attacking someone in the dark. Activate emergency lights!
He was fast, but I was faster. I dodged his attack, and he slammed into the wall.
Not fast enough, eh?
Steve had taken his claws out again and sliced me. I was pushed down, but I wasn't done. I healed faster than others. He came for me. With every ounce of HP left, I rammed my head into his stomach and lifted him and threw him back. He hit straight on the wall. He was down near the wall, and his claws retracted.
Ow! You're too quick, too strong. You can't be a first year. Who are you?
That's the fun part.
Level 4 student taken down. New stat points added.
Mission complete. I felt satisfied with frightening the bullies enough to be on the right track, and also proud of mastering the skill of sucking just enough blood to replenish my blood bank before the person gave way. Gosh, Peter, happy birthday! I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad friend.
Vorden was right. You're too lost to care about anyone.
It's not like that. I was just...
Just roaming around with your girlfriend?
After an hour-long explanation, Peter forgave me, but Vorden would never. Will I lose the only friends I made here because of the secret I'm hiding? Will things ever get better?
No, you aren't going to do anything stupid. Stay low and let things settle.
But what if he comes for me next? Didn't you see what he did to Steve?
Do what I say, or you'll be in a state worse than Steve.
Steve Wilson and Martin Lopez, you're being reprimanded. Report to the office with your belongings.
Quinn, did you hear? Another student was attacked last night. Lopez got so scared that he confessed and ratted out Steve, too. Poor Carlos. He's finally off the hook now.
Really? Do they know who it is yet?
No, but the rumors are spreading about the vigilante. Some say he's a rogue ex-military. Some say it's a vampire. Yeah, right. Can you believe it? A vampire who brought justice. Sounds like a joke. But what if it is true?
I knew things were spiraling around, and I needed to be careful. But I had tasted blood, and there wasn't any looking back now. Would the school discover my unique system?
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.
I was a weak level 1 student with no abilities who discovered a secret book that guided me to develop the vampire system. Despite the challenges and the monster within, I was determined to protect my loved ones and find my own way as a teen vampire. My name is Quinn Talon, and this is my story.
When the next morning had arrived, the three boys headed down for breakfast as a group as usual. Vorden decided to split from Quinn and Peter and sat on his own on the higher power level tables. But even then, no one seemed to be sitting next to Vorden. "Do me a favor, will you?" Quinn asked. "Keep an eye on Vorden. If anything happens, let me know." "But if something happens, I won't be strong enough to help, and you can't exactly do anything either," Peter replied. "I'm not telling you to get involved. I don't think Vorden is expecting you to help him out either, but just let me know what you see." Finally, after finishing their breakfast, it was time for their combat classes. Quinn had chosen the Beast Weapons class after thinking long and hard. Standing at the back of the hall was a bald-headed man wearing leather armor and had a long katana blade by his side. But the katana blade hilt was jagged and rough, and the back of the blade the same. It looked like it had been forged from an animal that was not of this planet. When Layla had entered and spotted Quinn, she immediately came over to him. "This class is a lot more popular than I thought," Layla said. The room was filled with about 30 students inside. The other classes had around 50, but it was still more than they had expected. "Yeah, I wonder what weapon I should pick," Quinn said, staring at the wall. "Well, I already have mine," Layla said, pointing to her bow on her back. "Attention!" Everyone froze and turned to look at the old man. "My name is Leo, and I will be your teacher for today. Your first task will be to pick your weapon. You must think carefully. Your weapon is your lifeline." The students fanned out and started to look at weapons. Quinn looked at the wall and saw all sorts of things. Axes, short swords, spiked clubs, whips, scythes. There was so much to choose from. He needed something that suited him right now and his ability. Quinn then walked up to one of the random swords on the wall and used his inspect skill. Forge sword, tier basic beast weapon. strength +3, agility -2. The sword is incompatible with the skill Blood Swipe. As soon as Quinn realized that his inspect skill would tell him the stats of each weapon, he started to go around the room looking for the perfect one for him. All the weapons Quinn had inspected so far was at the basic tier level, the lowest level a weapon could be. After searching around the room for a while, Quinn came across a weapon that stood out from the rest. Black Horned Gauntlets, basic tier beast weapon. This weapon is compatible with the skill Blood Swipe. When used with the gauntlets, Blood Swipe will have an increase of 5% in power. The gauntlets were black in color and had little tiny horns going up the forearm. What a strange choice, young boy, Leo said. It's not many people's first choice. Do you mind if I try it? Quinn asked. Go ahead, Leo said as he left to check up on other students selecting weapons. Basic horn gauntlets equipped, strength 12, agility 12, stamina 11, defense 2. Now when Quinn checked out his status screen, he had a smaller number next to his stats, which would indicate the equipment level. He felt 3 times stronger compared to before he had discovered the system. Once everyone had finished picking out their weapon, Leo called everyone to gather around the center ring. Now I won't claim to be any expert in every weapon, said Leo, but what I am an expert in is fighting with weapons alone. For your first lesson, I want to see what you've got. We will have a sparring match, 2 people at a time. Erin was the first to put her hand up. She held a single silver longsword that shined bright. It wasn't one of the weapons that Quinn had seen on the wall, so he could only assume it had been one she already owned. At first, a lot of the students were hesitant of going up against Erin. Oh, I also forgot to add, abilities will be banned during today's sparring sessions, Leo added. After saying those words, students had raised their hands like a rocket. They all wanted to get the chance to beat the famous Ice Queen. In the end, a large man was selected from the crowd who wielded a 2-handed axe. I think you chose the wrong club. Your ice abilities will be useless here, the man said. Erin didn't reply, though, and simply took her stance. The man charged in, wielding his large axe above his head. When he swung it down, Erin spun her body to the side, avoiding the blow, and at the same time slashed at the back of the man's legs, causing him to stumble. She then placed her blade towards the man's neck, inches away from his throat. I give up, the man said. Everything had happened in an instant, and the room was suddenly silenced. 2 men seemed to appear out of thin air, wearing a black military uniform. They then grabbed the student by both arms and escorted him to the school doctor to get healed up. The group continued to watch a few fights. The next fight that had caught Leo's attention was the fight with Layla. She had trapped her opponent multiple times, but a few arrows in the boy's legs stopped him dead in his tracks before Leo had decided to call the match himself. The next pair, Quinn Talon and Brandon Richardson, to the arena. As Quinn walked up to the stage, he noticed that Brandon held a large spear in hand, which had great reach. The end was sharp, with a single curved blade at the end. Opponent power level 3. Bonus EXP will be rewarded. Begin, Leo shouted. Brandon immediately charged in with his spear, while Quinn stood there and took a fighting stance with both of his hands held out in front of him. When Brandon was within striking distance, he thrust his spear forward. It was fast and impressive to the people watching outside. But to Quinn, who had 12 points in agility, it was easy for him to dodge. What the hell? Brandon said as he tried pulling the spear back. Let go! While holding the spear with one hand, Quinn opened up his other hand and swung out his fist like a claw as hard as he could at the spear. Then, a few moments later, the spear had been sliced in half. What the? My weapon, it's faulty! Brandon complained, but Leo did nothing to step in. Quinn rushed forward, and before Brandon could do anything, Quinn punched him hard in the stomach. Brandon's feet lifted off the ground, and it looked like his body was about to fly away. Inspect. Brandon Richardson, ability Elemental, HP 5 of 15, blood type O positive. Quinn grabbed him and pulled him back down, and at the same time kneed him in the face, causing Brandon's nose to bleed and his head to be sent backwards. And finally, Brandon collapsed, lying there on the ground. Winner, Quinn Talon, Leo said. Opponent has been defeated, 50 EXP rewarded. First time higher power level bonus, 50 EXP rewarded. 220 of 200 EXP. Congratulations, you are now level 3. 20 of 400 EXP. 1 attribute point awarded. New skill, Blood Bank, unlocked. With the messages, there was also a new skill that had been unlocked. Before Quinn could leave the arena, a couple of boys shouted from the crowd. That's not fair, a boy said. Brandon obviously was using a faulty weapon.
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the Blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.
Settle down, everyone. I can guarantee that no abilities were used, Leo said. However, what Leo didn't reveal was that from the very beginning, when Quinn had stepped into the room, he could see his aura was slightly different from everyone else's. As Quinn was heading back to his dorm room, he decided to first put his stat point into something. HP 20 of 20, Strength 6, Agility 6, Stamina 6. All stats are currently halved due to being hit by the direct sunlight. Quinn decided to stick with his plan and add the stat point to Agility. As long as he could hit his opponents without being hit back, he couldn't see himself losing, and worst case, if he couldn't hurt his opponent, he could always run away. Agility 13. The next thing Quinn wanted to check out was the new skill he had obtained from leveling up. Skill Blood Bank Level 1. The skill Blood Bank will allow you to store up to 100 liters of blood in your reserve. The blood bank will automatically be used to heal the user if HP drops below 5. Quinn then took out the test tube of Layla's blood and used his Inspect skill. Skill Blood Bank. Blood Bank 10 of 100. Your hunger grows. Daily quest complete 5 EXP has been rewarded. 25 of 400 EXP. Your hunger grows. Your HP will now drop by -1 HP every hour until human blood has been consumed. Skill Blood Bank. 10 milliliters of blood will be consumed. Would you like to proceed? Yes. After selecting the yes option, a sweet fragrance entered his mouth. The hole he could feel in his stomach had disappeared, and once again he was satisfied and back to normal. For the next week, combat class was a normal requirement for students. Today's lessons will be sparring once again, but this time you will pick your own opponents. Don't worry, Quinn, I'll let you in the first one, she said with a wink. I'm sorry about this, young lady, but I'm going to have to ask you to sit out of this one, Leo said. Show me what you got, boy, and don't hold back. Look at him, he cheats in my match and now he's getting special treatment, Brandon complained. Before the sparring match started, Quinn decided to use his Inspect skill, but for the first time ever, not a single bit of information had come up. A strong opponent has appeared. Defeat the opponent for an instant level up reward. What's wrong? Leo asked. Oh, nothing, sorry, Quinn said as he got into a fighting stance. All right, students, the minute starts now, Leo shouted. I can't believe I'm actually having fun against a student, Leo said, laughing. Now try this, Leo shouted. The attack from Leo's katana blade came from underneath. Before Quinn knew it, the blade was right underneath his chin. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, looks like our time is up, Leo said. About level 14 or 13, maybe. That's pretty good for a first-year student. Quinn was in admiration for the weapons teacher. Please, would you be able to teach me how to fight? Quinn asked as he bowed down. Unfortunately, the weapon you have chosen I do not specialize in myself. There is one thing I can suggest to you. There's a popular VR fighting game that the military students from all the other schools play. The first thing you will need to do is get experience. Thank you so much, Quinn said as he bowed down again. Oh, and before I forget, it's been a while since I have had fun like that. As a prize, feel free to keep the gauntlets, Leo said as he walked off back to the center of the weapons hall. Do you mind if us two have a round? Brandon asked. Please, I would like to be your next opponent, Faye asked as he drew out his 2 short swords. I don't see why not, Quinn said. And please, begin, Leo shouted. Meanwhile, in Layla and Brandon's match, Brandon didn't seem to be doing much at all. 10 of 20 HP. You bastard, Quinn groaned. So you want to play games then? Quinn said. Then let's play some games. Enough! Stop now! Leo said as he pointed his blade towards Quinn. 2 wrongs do not make a right. Take him to the doctor's office and make sure he gets treated, Leo said. After checking the man had disappeared, Quinn had decided to head to the bathroom rather than to the doctor's office, was because he could already feel his body was healing up. 12 of 20 HP. Your hunger grows. Your hunger grows. 15 of 20 HP. You will no longer heal. Your HP will continue to decrease by -1 HP until human blood has been consumed. Why did I get kicked out as well? You were the only one who used an ability, Faye complained. Hey, you were fine with the plan when I told you about it earlier. Why are you getting so annoyed about it now? Brandon said. You were the one who dragged me into it all because you lost to a level 1. Embarrassing, Faye chuckled. Do I need to remind you that I'm a higher level than you, Faye, or do we have to fight so you can learn your place? What the... Is that Quinn's clothes? Peter said as he lifted them off the ground. They're covered in blood. Did he get hurt during training? What happened to him? Vorden thought. Did the second years target him too, or did something happen in training? I told you we should have kept an eye on him. We should have killed those second years when we had the chance. Oh, is Quinn here? Layla said. Tell me what happened to Quinn now. What the hell's wrong with you? Layla managed to groan out. Hey, Vorden, I think you're hurting her, Peter said quietly. The little one didn't like you, and the other one told me not to get involved, but in the end, I'm always the one that has to deal with things, Vorden said. Hey, seriously, Vorden, you're going too far, Peter shouted. Shut up, Vorden shouted as he turned to look at Peter. My name is not Vorden either. Ah! Vorden cried as he flinched and let go of Layla. Don't you dare move, you psycho, said Layla. I swear if you do, I will not hesitate to shove this arrow right in your head. I don't even know why Quinn asked me to look out for you. If you ask me, he's better off without someone like you. Wait, Quinn really said that? Vorden said in a gentle tone. Look, I'm sorry about what just happened, but I just want to know what happened to Quinn. As Vorden said these words, his eyebrows were slightly twitching. His personality had taken a complete 180 turn, and Layla didn't know what to make of it. Hey, are you all right, man? You kind of acting a little strange there, Peter asked. Yeah, I'm fine, Vorden said. Well, I don't like her. I agree. We should get rid of her. Vorden, are you okay? Peter asked again. You've been standing there looking at the floor for a while now. What the... Faye was too slow to react, and all he could do was lift his hand, but the blow was extremely powerful. When the red lines touched his skin, it immediately caused blood to be drawn. 11 of 20 HP, 20 of 20 HP, blood bank has been filled 100 milliliters, A positive blood type has been consumed, +1 strength stat, 50 EXP has been awarded. You monster, get off of him, Luke shouted.
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.
Looks like he's not here, Momo said, looking around the room. Well, since you're the only one here, why don't you come with us? Momo said. We have some plans, and we think you might be the perfect person to help us. The bone spikes had managed to pierce Quinn's body in several different places, but luckily, he was able to avoid a blow to the head, and his hands were protected by the gauntlets. 10 of 20 HP. Let's see what you're hiding under that mask, Loop said as he stabbed one of the bone swords into Quinn's foot, and then lifted another one at his face. Loop was a good fighter. Quinn's sloppy skills weren't going to save him. 5 of 20 HP, blood bank auto use. 10 of 20 HP, 90 millimeters left in blood bank. 20 of 20 HP, 70 millimeters left in blood bank. 14 of 20 HP. He had thrown a total of 6 blood swipes in rapid succession. 8 of 20 HP. After defending against the first 6 attacks, Loop thought he was done, but another 6 blood swipes came straight after, and his bone swords could no longer take it, and eventually snapped. Opponent has been defeated. 50 EXP has been received. 130 of 400. Loop savvy. Ability, bone manipulation. HP 1 of 25. Blood type O negative. Although Loop was bleeding and Quinn was able to just drink from the open wound. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing that I'm finding it easier every time I do this. 20 of 20 HP restored. O blood type has been consumed. 1 free stat point has been added. Blood bank has been filled. Strength 13, 3. Stamina 12. Agility 13. Agility 14. Although Quinn wore his mask, there was still the chance of someone figuring out it was him. There you are, Layla said. She then looked down and noticed the 2 bodies on the floor. Quick, we have to get out of here. The guards will be here any second now. Oh no, we can't go this way. Layla then started to look around the roof. I have a plan. Grab me and let's jump. Are you crazy? Quinn said. Even with my strength from this height, I would at least break my legs, and even if I can heal, I still feel pain. Just trust me, come on, I can use my ability. Hey, that was pretty cool. You can fly? Quinn asked, stunned. No, my ability isn't that strong yet, Layla replied. At most, I can only slow us down. Come on, let's head back to our rooms. How can the school just let these sorts of things happen? Surely there's a better way, Haley thought. As she went to check up on Faye, she noticed he was now sleeping calmly. However, when she looked at Loop, something had caught her eye that concerned her. In a certain spot on the boy's neck, there were 2 small puncture wounds similar to that of a snake bite. Haley then tapped her watch and waited a few moments for it to connect. "Hey, General, I believe there might be a stray beast roaming around the school." "What? That's impossible. We have seen no signs indicating the presence of one," the voice on the watch replied. "But there have been some strange signs on 2 students. I'm a little bit worried," Haley said. "Please, for me, would just investigate it?" Fine, whatever you want. How can I say no to my daughter?" Just then, though, as Haley got off her call, "Hurry, the student is in critical condition," the guard shouted. They quickly placed the student on the bed, and Haley quickly got to work. She tried and tried to use her abilities, but it was useless. The student was already too far gone. He had died. Haley then tapped her wristwatch once again to open up a digital report log. Report, confirming the time of death 9:30 p.m., a first-year student named Brandon Richardson. Daily quest complete. Avoid direct sunlight for 8 hours. 135 of 400 EXP. "I heard you got in an accident. Is everything okay?" Borden asked. "As you can see, I've made a complete recovery. You don't need to worry about me." "Hey, seriously though, Quinn, if you're getting bullied or hurt, just tell me." "Is everything okay, Peter?" Quinn asked. "Huh? Yeah, I'm fine." "Hey, is it okay to talk to you in private?" Loop asked. "I'm sorry about yesterday," Loop said as he bowed. "I promise I won't tell anyone about your secret. Please, whatever you do, just let me live. I just don't want what happened to Brandon happening to me." "Brandon?" Quinn said, confused. "What happened to Brandon?" "Look, I just want to continue living in school as normal. I just don't want to get involved, and I'll stay out of your way." "You don't have to worry," said Quinn. "As long as you stay out of my way, I will stay out of yours." After Loop had left, there was a thought lingering on Quinn's mind. Just who did kill Brandon? Was there anyone in the school who had a grudge against him? "Hey, so where's Peter? Didn't you two come here together?" "You're looking in the wrong places," Borden said as he pointed in a different section of the canteen. "What is he doing over there? Are they targeting him?" Quinn asked. "Who knows? When Peter entered the canteen, he looked at me and said, 'I'm going to hang out with some new friends I made the other day.' Well, maybe we should just keep an eye on them for now. It doesn't look like he's in trouble, and we can always ask him about it later." "I hope you two don't mind, but I've come to join you," Layla said as she sat down. What are you talking about? Sorry, my name's Borden. I don't believe we have met," Borden said, pulling out his hand for a shake. "You are crazy if you think I'm just going to shake your hand and that you're just going to pretend nothing happened, are you?" Layla then turned to Quinn. "Quinn, can you not see this guy is crazy yet?" "Don't call me crazy," Borden said slowly, saying each word. Hey, I think you both need to calm down," said Quinn. "This crazy boy attacked me when I went to your room last night. Look, I said, don't call me crazy." And again, just like last time, Borden slowly said each word, one by one.
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.
"Borden, is what Layla said true? Did you attack her?" Quinn asked in a soft voice, hoping to defuse the situation. I'm sorry about attacking you. When I saw Quinn's blood, I thought that maybe the attacker had come back to get revenge. I thought you might have come in to attack me and Peter as well," Borden explained. "How can we even believe you?" Layla said, still annoyed by the whole thing. It was clear to her that Borden was unstable. "I'll just leave you be for now," Borden said. "I'm sorry about what happened. Why did you get in my way? We could have taught that girl a lesson." "What did I tell you? It's because of you we're in this mess in the first place. You attacked her. It's our fault to begin with." "Fine, but you understand that if you keep suppressing us, the little one's anger will only build up. The more he thinks Quinn is trying to get away, the angrier he will be, and then when he takes over, there's nothing me and you can do. I won't let it get to that point. Now, for today's lesson, it will be individual practice. You have fought for the last couple of days with your weapon." With that, everyone went into a separate space with their weapon. "I wish there was someone who could teach me how to use these things," Quinn said as he sighed. Request of combat lesson activated. A suitable weapon is currently in use. Hand-to-hand combat level 1 will now be shown. In the video stood a single tall, long-haired blonde man in a large empty room. On his both of hands, he wore 2 gauntlets similar to Quinn's, but looked a lot more powerful, and his beauty was unmatched. Hello and welcome to hand-to-hand combat classes for beginners, the blonde man said in a cheery voice. To whomever this video happens to be shown to, I will now demonstrate a set of skills that you should be able to perform at your level. Our kind and/or abilities work best when we use a weapon that covers our hands. The first move is a defensive move. I call it Flash Step. To perform this, if the system has been set up correctly, you will need at least 15 points of agility. The next skill I will show you is the Hammer Strike. Cool, right? The man said, smiling. For this skill, you will need at least 15 strength as well. That is all for today. When you are ready, the next set of hand-to-hand combat classes will be unlocked for you. Quinn, I'm afraid I have some bad news, Leo said. I'm afraid you will have to follow these men. They have a few questions they would like to ask you. Don't worry, I will be coming too. Now, before we begin, I would like to inform you of a few things, the sergeant said. A student by the name of Brandon Richardson has passed away recently. Now, your teacher here has informed me that he and another student named Fei Lan had attacked you during combat classes yesterday. Now, not only has one of the students passed away, but Fei was also admitted to the hospital late last night. We currently have no leads to what happened to Brandon, so that eventually led us to you. Although it's hard to believe someone with no ability like you could do something like this, there is always a way. The woman sitting opposite you here has the ability to detect whether someone is telling the truth or not. Now, please proceed with her demands. It's okay, the lady said. I just need you to place your hand over mine. An ability has been detected. Unable to block the user's ability. Now tell me, did you kill Brandon Richardson last night? She asked. No, I did not. He's telling the truth. Quinn explained to Layla what had happened after the integration. Hey Quinn, you might not like what I'm about to say, but do you think maybe Vorden did it? What makes you say that? Did something happen between Vorden and Brandon? No, I mean, is it not strange that Vorden approached you in the first place? He's a level 5 user, while you're just a level 1. And when he attacked me the other day, he kept shouting about you. And trust me, the guy seems crazy enough to do something like that. Welcome, every single one of you, Momo said. Today we have a special event. A special message to all you first years. You see, there has been someone going around trying to go against us, thinking he can break the previous system that has been around for years in this school. I am here to tell you that this is what happens to those who do not obey. This here is a metal ball that has been embedded with the power of a beast crystal, said Momo. When the Earth had found a way to mix the beast crystal with our own weapons, it was a turning point in the war. But what they don't teach you as first years is that beast weapons need to be activated with your ability. Once activated, they can give out extra power. The higher the beast crystal used to make the weapon, the higher the power. So us second years have decided to give you from the beast weapons class, and some of you other first year students, a shortcut. Today, we will show you how to activate a beast weapon using these balls. That's when a first-year student raised his hand to ask a question. Excuse me, but does any of the teachers know about this? Are there any more questions? Momo asked. Now, usually your weapons wouldn't change color when activated, but as I said earlier, these balls are you just for the sake of helping you learn how to activate your weapons. Once the color is changed, that means it has been activated and its strength has increased. Now today, we will be practicing target hitting. The board here is special, you see. Even a bullet wouldn't be able to penetrate through it. Only the power of a beast weapon can. So today's lesson is to throw the ball and hit the target. Simple, right? Oh, I almost forgot. The crazy boy here has been targeting us second years one by one, thinking we wouldn't notice. Those bastards. How could they do something like that? Quinn, go call Leo. If it's him, he might stop this mess. But as Layla turned around to look at where Quinn was, he was nowhere to be seen. Pick me. I don't mind having a little try, Quinn said with a smile, standing at the front of the students.
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.
As Quinn volunteered himself next, Momo couldn't help but think he was up to something. He knew the two of them were friends, so why would he volunteer? As Quinn held the ball in his hand, a message had appeared. Basic tier beast weapon, round ball. Would you like to activate? Strength of weapon will increase by 5%. Activate? How is that possible? He was able to activate the basic tier weapon fully, Momo thought. Why do we have these powers? Quinn said out loud. Isn't it to protect ourselves? To fight those who harm our friends and family? Quinn, no, don't. What are you doing? Vorden mumbled, but was unheard. I have taken a beating my whole life, and I was weak back then. What do I care if I take another beating now? Quinn then chucked the ball using all his strength as hard as he could. Instead of the ball hitting Vorden, though, like everyone suspected, it landed straight in the student's stomach, standing by the side of the board. The power was so strong that the student was lifted off his feet and knocked out in one blow. 50 EXP gained, 175 of 400 EXP. What the hell are you guys doing standing there? Get him! Momo shouted. Once again he threw out another 2 black balls, aiming for them at full strength. One of the students managed to avoid the black ball, but the other wasn't so lucky, getting hit and knocked out. 50 EXP gained, 225 of 400 EXP. This was Quinn's plan. So far, every level up, Quinn was able to obtain an ability. He didn't know what he would get, but he sure hoped it would help him win the fight. What are you guys doing? To anyone who manages to hit or capture that guy, they will be free from any form of punishment, Momo said. Why should we listen to you? Layla said. Just a second ago you dealt with one of us for asking a question. Who knows whether we can trust you or not? Fine, you don't want to help? Attack them all! Just then, the 2 level 4 students who were chasing after Quinn no longer cared about injuring the first years. But before it could even reach any of the students, an ice ball was shot out and froze the water attack in place, causing it to fall to the ground. I wasn't going to get involved, but you guys attacked me first, Aaron said. Ha! Even if you're a level higher than us, do you really think you can take on 2 level 4s? She won't be alone, Layla said. With Layla and Aaron distracting the other high levels in the room, Quinn felt like this was his chance to deal with the rest of the level 2s. Out from the side, a long, thin object came lashing out at him. It was too fast for Quinn to react, causing him to be hit across his body. Not only did the attack pierce his chest, but it also sent him tumbling to the ground. 13 of 20 HP. You have caused so much trouble, Momo said. I don't know how you can activate the beast weapon so well, and your surprise attacks seem to work, but you will always be a weak level 1. Vorden, watching the whole thing from the board, felt useless. I have to help him. He's only getting hurt because of me. This is all my fault, Vorden said. If you want to help him, then let me take over, a voice said in Vorden's head. Meanwhile, at the center of the assembly hall, Aaron and Layla were busy confronting the 2 level 4 students. Hey, do you mind if we switch? One of the second-year students said. My water abilities are weak against her. I see you want a level 2 user, huh? The other student replied. Oh well, just finish her off quickly. With that, the 2 second-years charged in for the attack. The water ability user went after Layla, while the earth user went after Aaron. As the earth user got closer, he stomped the ground, and a spiked earth mound followed, heading right for Aaron. However, he didn't have much time to think. With her other hand, Aaron had formed an ice spear and threw it towards her opponent. Suddenly, he felt his legs start to feel cold. When he looked down, he noticed they were starting to freeze. For a second-year level 4 earth user, you are incredibly weak. Before the boy could react, Aaron had whacked him in the back of the head with the hilt of her sword. How did she win so easily? The first-year students watching said. Although Aaron had finished her match quickly, the same couldn't be said for Layla. The second-year student threw out his fist, and a ball of water came out towards her. It hit her dead in the stomach and sent her flying back towards the front of the hall near Vorden. Hey you, free me, I can deal with him. What? Layla said as she looked up, noticing that it was Vorden who was speaking to her. Come on, hurry, we don't have much time. Touch my leg. She crawled over to Vorden's side and touched his leg as he had asked. Then the shackles tied around Vorden's arms and legs started shaking. Vorden was using Layla's telekinesis ability, but it was weak. It wasn't strong enough to break from the shackles. Layla then lifted her hand, and with the 2 of them working together, the shackles were finally removed, and Vorden was free. Finally, I get to come out. It's been a long time. These were just as sharp as an attack from a regular blade, but could be thrown out. As the blades came towards him, at the last second Vorden managed to twist his body in an odd way, avoiding both of the blades. He then lifted one of the black balls from the ground using his telekinesis and threw it out. However, the attack was easy for the water user to block, forming a water wall stopping the ball, but then, crack! Something was felt on the back of his leg, and at the same time a crunching sound was heard. The boy immediately fell to one knee. As he looked at Vorden in front of him, he could only see Vorden with his hands held out. Then another striking pain was felt through his body, this time on his other ankle. Without realizing it, Vorden had attacked him from behind, pulling the other black balls towards him. The water user was too focused on the attack in front. He never thought about an attack from behind. Also, it had come as a surprise to him that Vorden was not an Earth user as he thought. Finally, I, Rayton, have returned.
To know more, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the Blockbuster audio series My Vampire System.